Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all my lovely students. I hope you all are well and fine. To start with the name of Allah, who is the most merciful and the most beneficent. Good morning, everyone. I warmly welcome you back to the class of Social Studies. This is your teacher, Ms. Zunaira, your Social Studies teacher, and today we are back with another lecture. So let's get started. So class, this is going to be our lecture number 23, and today we are going to start the new chapter. And the name of the new chapter is Climate of South Asia. The name of the chapter that we are going to start today is Climate of South Asia. Am I clear to everyone now? Am I clear to everyone? I am speaking louder and louder. Please let me know if I am clear to you. So, this chapter is your chapter number 7 and it is on page number 36 of your social studies book. Okay, class? So, as we know that our book has been divided into some of the sections like history, geography, civics. So, the chapter that we are going to start today is Climate of South Asia. This chapter belongs to the section geography. Okay, so first of all we must know that what is geography and what kind of things we study or learn in the section of geography. So here I have taken a paragraph from your book, so we come to know that what kind of things do we learn in geography. In geography we study the relationship between the people and the climate of a region. So, you know that in history we learn about our past, okay, many of the events and ancient things in the history. But when it comes on geography, in geography we learn about the relationship. We are having the relationship with our climate. For example, if we are wearing the warm clothes nowadays, so because the winter is going on. Likewise, everybody has the relationship with the climate or the environment around us. So, in geography, we study the things or the relationship between the people and the climate of a region. We also study the factors affecting the climate of an area, making it the way it is. This is a very interesting study as it helps us understand the different aspects of climate and how they affect plant life, animal life, the water cycle, and many features on the area. Beta, Ushna, switch off your camera. So class, here are the things to learn from this chapter. What kind of things we are going to learn in this chapter? Here they are listed and we can see them here. What is climate? First of all, we would learn about that. What is climate? Afterwards, we would learn about difference between weather, climate, and season. These are the three terminologies that seem similar to each other in their meanings, but there is the difference, right? So we are going to see the difference as well. Then we would learn about the introduction to climate, because in these three terminologies we are going to focus on climate. That is what we are going to learn in the chapter. What is the name of the chapter? Climate of South Asia. So where would we focus? We would focus on the climate of South Asia. After the introduction of climate, we would see some of the factors that are affecting the climate. And the factors are distance from the equator, distance from the sea, height above the sea level, direction of wind, direction of mountains, and human activities. All these are the factors that are affecting the climate of a region, right? We will learn them one by one. Afterwards, we will learn about monsoon. Monsoon can be divided into two categories: summer monsoon and winter monsoon. And afterwards, we would learn about cyclones and anticyclones, climate of South Asian countries we would learn about. So class, let's go ahead. What is a climate? A climate is the common average weather condition at a particular place over a long period of time. Over a long period of time. Some of the things we are going to focus over here, and these things are, let me see if here is highlighter. Just wait. Yes. Now here, average weather condition. Okay, for example, it is a cloudy day today and it is sunny day tomorrow. So that is not the climate. We are taking an average of weather condition. Okay, we are taking an average of weather condition that would be termed as climate. Let me give you another example. Nowadays, which season is going on? Winter season, right? So in winter season, what do we see? We can observe that the uh, temperature drops to 3, 4, and 5. But there are the regions in the world where temperature drops to the minus and minus 20, minus 30 even. Okay, so as compared to those regions, we are not having as cold as those regions are. Okay, Pakistan is not colder than them, right? So if we take what is the climate of Pakistan, so it is the moderate, it is medium, not so hot and not so cold. So what we are going to see, we are going to see the difference in what? Difference in climate, difference in season, and difference in weather. Beta, switch off your camera, Hamna. Okay, so we are going to see their difference one by one. We know that how many seasons are there? There are 4 seasons: spring, summer, and autumn, and winter. Here is about weather. You can see over here that weather can be changed day by day. For example, it's sunny, it's cloudy, it's sunny plus cloudy, then it is totally cloudy, it's rainy, right? So they can be dry, they can be sunny, they can be cloudy. So that would be known as weather. So what is a climate? Climate is the average weather patterns in an area over many years. It includes temperature, that how hot and how cold, and the precipitation, that is about rain. It means how wet and dry an area is. So you can see over here that deserts are dry, rainforests are wet, North Pole is cold, equator is hot. We are going to learn them one by one. So class, here is another example. I suggest you to be connected till the last because we are going to conduct a written work as well. Okay? Yes. So weather versus climate. What is weather? Weather is the short-term state of the atmosphere, while the long-term pattern of weather is the climate, right? Here is another difference between weather and climate can change within few minutes even. Okay, weather can be changed within few minutes and hours. On the other hand, we can see that climate takes very long time to change. Okay, so here is the paragraph of your book. You can read it out yourself as well. So now we are not going to read it out. Okay, you can read out it. In this paragraph, you can see different seasons and the duration of the seasons, right? The word climate. Now we are going towards the introduction to the word climate. Beta, please be on time, be in time, please. So what is the word climate? The word climate comes from a Greek word. From what word it comes? It comes from a Greek word that means klima. This klima is referring the inclination. Inclination means inclination or angle, that means up or down. Up or down. Falls or drop. Okay, class, up till now, what have we learned about? We have learned that climate is a word that is actually comes from a Greek word that is klima, which means inclination or angle. Miriam, switch off your camera. Okay. Afterwards, we are going to see that what are the main factors that affect the climate of a region. Here are 6 main factors that affect the climate of a region. And these are distance from the equator, distance from the sea, height above the sea level, direction of wind, direction of mountains, and human activities as well. So we are going to start from distance from the equator. What happens and what kind of change comes according to the equator? The distance from the equator affects the climate of a place. At the poles, energy from the sun reaches the Earth's surface at lower angles and passes through a thicker layer of atmosphere than at the equator. This means that the climate is cooler farther from equator. The climate is cooler farther from the equator. We can make another statement over here that the climate is hotter if if the region is near to the equator. If farther, so climate would be cooler, and if near, then the climate would be hotter. So here I have shared a picture where you can see. Okay, let's have a short review of equator. I don't know that you remember about equator or not. See, this is the globe, right? These two uh, points at the top and at the bottom, these are called as poles, North Pole and South Pole. And there is the midone line on the globe. There is the midone line on the globe that indicates the equator. This is very important and everybody must know about it, because here we are going to learn about the climate, and it is really important to learn about the pole and equator if we are learning about climate. Now see, this red one line is the equator. You can see that this is near to the sun. Okay, now you can see the length of the sun rays over here, that if the sun rays are reaching on the pole, they are covering the larger distance over here. That is why the intensity is getting dropped. On the other hand, if anything, any region or the country or the area or the continent which are near to the equator, they will be hotter. Why they will be hotter? Because they are facing the sun rays directly. So if the regions which are near to the equator, they would be hotter, and the regions which are near to the poles would be cooler or the colder, right? This is so simple. Here we are going to see that how the distance from equator affect the climate. Now, for example, where are we? Where's the South Asia? South Asia is near to the equator, so that is why mostly we face the summer season, or the summer season is longer than the winter, because we are near to the what? We are near to the equator. And Antarctica is on South Pole, so you can see that there is snow all over there. Why? Because it is very far from the equator. So if the region is far from equator, that would be cooler or colder, and if the region is near to the equator, that would be hotter. Clear? So this is the equator. This is how the distance from the equator affects the climate of a region. If a region is near to the equator, that would be hotter. If the distance from the equator would be larger, or the area or the region would be far from the equator, so that would have the polar region. Okay, so here is another picture. Different parts of the earth receive different amount of solar radiation, as you can see here. These all are the solar radiation. This is because the sun's rays strike the earth's surface most directly at the equator. This is the equator. The mid-one line is the equator. So equator receive the more and more amount of sun rays. Okay. As you move away from the equator, you will notice that different areas also receive different amount of sunlight in different seasons. Okay. So what is the area over here which is receiving uh, most of the sun rays? That would be equator. That would be equator, because you can notice over here that equator is near to the sun. Poles are farther from the sun, right? Okay, class. This is the paragraph which you can learn yourself as well. Okay, now here I have shared another picture where you can see again the equator. Equator is the mid-one line. Poles are at the top and at the bottom, and the mid-one line would be equator. So how the distance from equator affect the climate of a region? If any area or the region or the country or the city is near to the equator, that would be hotter. Okay, if we increases the distance from the equator, the region would become cooler or colder, right? Okay, class, please beta take out your copies. Hurry up. Take out your social studies copy 2. As you have been given the instructions regarding new timetable, you know that we would cover all of our written work in the class as well. So take out your copies and let me know if you have taken out. Let me know if you have taken out. Let me know in the chat box. Take out your social studies copy 2 and let me know if you have taken out. Open the page of index, maintain the indices. Keep your pens refilled with ink. Hurry up, class. Everyone is here? Everyone is here, beta? Class, am I clear to everyone? Okay, take out your copies, everyone. Take out your copy 2 of social studies. Everybody has taken out? Here are some of the instructions written in front of you. Maintain the index very properly. Mention the date on red line. Copy down all the work which I am going to dictate now. You will copy it down in copy 2. Put headings with black marker. All the work must be done neat and cleanly. Okay, class, write down the date very properly in the index. Make the index, write down the chapter name, which is Climate of South Asia. And today we are going to have 2 of the questions from this chapter. Beta, switch off your camera. Very good, Nida. I have seen your index. Very good. Switch off your camera now. In the last, I would ask some of the students to switch on the camera. They will show their work. Okay. So yes, beta, because I am having your copy 1 and you are having copy 2. So you are going to maintain the index in copy 2. If you have done the index, let me know in the chat box. Beta, respond me quickly. Respond me quickly. Hurry up, hurry up. Very good, very good. Well done. Now, this is how your copy looks like, because we are having the copy for social studies, which is interleave page from inside. So you are going to make the title page very neat and clean. I do not want flowers and decoration over here. Just make the simple and neat, clean title page. Write down the name of the chapter with markers if available. Okay, class. So class, after making the index or and title page, you are about to write the date on the red line or this one line. Everybody has written the subtitles? Ehan, switch off your camera. Everybody has written the subtitles. Beta, let me know in the chat box. Very good, Ushna. Hurry up, class. Come on, come on. Good, Iman. After maintaining your title page and after writing the subtitles, what are the subtitles? Question 1 till 9. 9 questions we are going to have in this chapter. There is an exercise B that is in the form of MCQs, and in the last we would complete or fill in the blanks. Everybody is ready now? Hamna, switch off your camera, bete. Okay, so now copy down question number 1. The question number 1 is name the factors that affect the climate of a region. Name the factors that affect climate of a region. Write down the question. Yes, what happened? Ajwa, what happened? Beta, let me know in the chat box. Done. Question number 1 is name the main factors or name the factors that affect the climate of a region. Beta, here I have written the question with black because you need to write it with black too, right? Afterwards, leave a line and write the answer. What would be the answer? The main factors that affect the climate of a region are the main factors that affect the climate of a region are the main factors that affect the climate of a region are after leaving a line you are going to write in the form of bit numbers. So the point number 1 or the factor number 1 that affect the climate of a region is distance from the equator. Our question is name the factors that affect the climate of a region. Answer is the main factors that affect the climate of a region are distance from the equator, distance from the equator, distance from the sea. Bit number 2 is distance from the sea, height above the sea level. Everybody is with me? Let me know in the chat box if everyone is with me. Bit number 1, distance from the equator. Bit number 2, distance from the sea. Bit number 3, height above the sea level. Bit number 4, the direction of wind. Bit number 5, the direction of mountains. Bit number 4, the direction of wind. Ehan, are you with me? Number 5, the direction of mountains, and the last is, which is number 6, human activities. I want your work very neat and cleanly. Okay, class? Name the factors that affect the climate of a region. What is the answer? The answer is the main factors that affect the climate of a region are distance from the equator, distance from the sea, height above the sea level, the direction of wind, the direction of mountains, and human activities. Done? Hurry up. Very good. Very good, Aisha. Okay, good, Hania. Iman, very good. Hamna, switch off your camera. Now we are going towards the next page. Very good. Hamna, in the last, I would see your work, okay? Let us cover the second question. Then I would ask you to switch on your camera. Then, Shanti, hurry up, beta, we won't have much time. If you are having the space on the same page, so you can write the question number 2 over there. I am turning the page because I need to show you the font size properly. Okay, beta, you can change the date. I have written here mistakenly 15. You will write the correct date, that is 12 today. Okay. Question 1, beta, we don't have much time. We don't have much time. Please write down quickly. This is the question number 1. Hurry up. I am giving you just few seconds. Abbas, hurry up, beta. Miraban, if you have half of the page for question number 2, you can start from the same page, okay? Hurry up. Okay, beta. Those who have done it, they can copy down question number 2. What are the 2 important rules about air that help us understand the process of sea breeze and land breeze? What are the 2 important rules about air that help us understand the process of sea breeze and land breeze? Hurry up, class, we are having only 4 minutes now. I need to check your work as well, that are you doing properly or not? Hurry up, class. What is the question number 2? Question number 2 is, what are the 2 important rules about air that help us understand the process of sea breeze and land breeze? Beta, who is this? Switch off the camera. Switch off the camera. Question number 2 done. Very good. Let's start the answer. The answer is, the 2 important rules about air that help us understand the process of sea breeze and land breeze are, that is completely taken from your question. Hurry up, class, only 2 minutes we are having. Hurry up. Okay, listen to me. Today we are going to complete our 2 questions, and I'll upload this video as well if your work is remaining, so you can copy it down from the video as well, right? The second important thing is that we are going to have 2 more questions in our next class, that would be on Friday. So on the Saturday, your copy should be there with 4 of the questions. Okay, 4 of the questions should be done in your copy on Saturday. When you send your copy, it should be 4 questions. Okay, beta, I am sharing the answer if it is remaining, so you can copy it down from the video as well. So bit number one is air loses pressure when it is heated and gains the pressure when it is cold. When it is cooled, air loses the pressure when it is heated and gains the pressure when it is cooled. Bit number two is air always travels towards an area of the lower pressure. Air always travels towards an area of lower pressure. Okay, so your time is going to be over now. Take care of yourself, everyone, and remember me in your prayers. Inshallah, we shall meet on Friday. On Friday, we will have two more questions. Okay? On Friday, we will have the last portion of explanation, and half of the portion would be covered with a written work. So I would check your work over there. Right? So thank you so much. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz, Umar. Allah Hafiz, everyone.